In this episode, change of plans, carburetor rebuild, new parts but missing some, and why bike was not working fine before. So this weekend I wanted to continue to working on the engine, but unfortunately it is too cold outside. I think it is -5 degrees or something. And yeah, I decided I'm going to go inside and do the carburetor rebuild and leave the pushrod tube seals and piston rings and everything else on the cylinders, including the cleaning for the probably next weekend when we are expecting more than 5 or 7 degrees in the plus Celsius. So yeah, see you in there. So it is carburetor rebuilds today, and these are the cleaning stuff I'm going to use, including some basic tools, so let's go. First, I'm going to start from the bottom side, take off the cover. There's a float we need to take out, and there's a pin holding it. It is important to see from which side you have to hit the pin so you take it out. I have no proper tool to take it out, so I'm going to use voltage test lamp, unfortunately. And then we have here float needle. And we are replacing this cork gasket. This is idling jet. Next up, this is main jet with washer on top of the main jet holder. And underneath we have needle jet with the atomizer. And this is vacuum gauge screw, then the mixture screw, and then we move on the side to take out the butterfly. First take out the idle screw, then this metal holder together with the spring, and to take out this butterfly on this throttle shaft we need to take out these two screws as well. Sometimes they are pinned from the back, so you need to brush them. Keep in mind that this dot has to go on top side. Now the top of the carburetor. And this top cover is hiding a diaphragm with a piston, and at the bottom of this piston is a needle. This diaphragm looks good, but we are going to replace it because we have a new one. And to take out the needle you have to spin it 3 times and pull out from the holder. And this is the main reason why bike was having a hard time when it is cold engine. I need a choke a bit longer, and sometimes the idle mixture screw during balancing was not okay, so we need to replace this definitely. Now we can take the choke off. Make sure to mark this dot pointing forward. It's simple 4 screws. And then there is this paper gasket that we need to replace. And that's it. Now we can proceed to the cleaning of all these small parts. I have this old small ultrasonic cleaner from the days when I was doing scale modeling, and I used it heavily to clean my airbrush, so let's test it today. I have this special solution for the ultrasonic cleaner to actually cleaning the carburetors. It is combined with the water. And after 15 minutes it looks okay, so let's see how the body will be cleaned. Because the cleaner is so small, we need to spin the body a few times to reach all the points inside. Because I was not so satisfied, I went out and cleaned it with a carb cleaner, a bit more aggressive, using the brass brush as usual. And now finally we can assemble everything back. We have all the parts, O-rings, gaskets, new float, new diaphragm. Unfortunately I needed to order needles additionally, but we can start the assemble while we are waiting for that. First we are going to replace all O-rings. We have one on the idling jet, on the mixture screw, on the choke, and on the main jet holder. And now let's put back first the idling jet. And we put back atomizer together with the needle jet. And this big main jet holder on top of everything. Because we have new float needle, we have to reuse this holding wire. We have the new float. I noticed it is a bit wider than the old one and it doesn't move freely on the body, so I needed to brush it on the sides. Let's put back the float needle. Secure everything temporarily with this pin. As you can see here, the body of the float needs to be parallel with the body of the carburetor with this edge, and that is not the case here, so we need to adjust this small part on the float. Put back the float needle. And now it looks much better. Now we can secure the pin. And we can put the new gasket and cover everything back. We put back this vacuum gauge screw. And also this mixture screw. Once it will tighten up completely, we return back 1.5 turns, so it is basic setup. Now we can assemble the choke. First goes new paper gasket, choke mechanism and spring with new O-ring, screws back on. That's it. Now we can put back the diaphragm, but unfortunately we have to wait for the needle to arrive. But we can move on to the butterfly shaft. Even though I decided to order new screws on the butterfly, I'm going to position it with the old ones and then just replace them once everything is here. Then I needed to stop everything and wait for the parts to arrive.
One eternity later.
New parts are here, and first I replaced the screws on the butterfly. I position the carburetor on top of the light, so I make sure that butterfly is kind of closing the gaps all over the place. Important to mention here is that I use medium Loctite as a thread locker, and I also positioned idle stop screw to the base setup, which is basically just snug it to touch this metal holder. I was thinking that's it and only needle is left to put it back, but I read that I need to replace the needle jet when I'm replacing the needle, so I needed to make additional order. This main jet goes out again. And this is the needle jet that we are going to replace. It goes on top of atomizer again. And now finally we can move to the last step. So this is new needle, but there's a trick to position it correctly. It has 4 of these gaps and you basically spin it through them. We need to position the needle on the 3rd gap from the bottom. We make sure that the diaphragm is positioned correctly as well. And finally top cover goes back on. That's it. I realized I would clean it a bit more with WD-40 and press brush, and that is it for now. I'm looking forward to testing these once the bike is ready, most likely in the spring. Before that, there's plenty of work ahead, and stay with me and see you next time.